Om Shirin Benza He Luru Kong Bei Ya Binin Dola Sa Ya Ram So Om Shirin Benza Page 24. Om Kindaroge Hom Pe Om Soba Vajuda Sarva Dharma Soba Vajuda Dombe Nala Ale Tupe Nando Hong Ye Shua Le Sungwan Chupe Tin Samje Medjab Mo Saba Mebede Silen Chupe Chindo Jo Om Benza Gangwa Om Benza Pinza Manawa Om Benza Chokchana Om Benza Bibea Om Benza Bibea Om Benza Dubea Om Benza Lugea Om Benza Gendea Om Benza Nevedea Om Benza Shabda. Sanje Judang Gendula Tadu Dane Josumje Namja Sangan Khanjo Mang Kholo Sumje Dani Ji Pao Tane Pamu So Gruna Samsa Josumje Simchen Gunje Tunje Se Dane Heru Kajer Simchen Tamje Heru Kumbanjo Langu Baje Sanje Judang Gendula ta du da ne jab sum je nam jir sa ngang khan ro ma ko lo sum je da nye je ba wo tang ne pan me so kung lo sam sa jab sum sim chen kung je tung je se da ne he ru ka jir sim chen tham je he ru ka gong pang cho gu ba je o san je je dang gen du la ta du da ne jia sun nam jir sa ngang khan ru ma ko lo sum je da nye je ba wo da ne pa me so kung la da du jia sun sim chen kung je tung je se da ne he ru ka jir sim chen tham je he ru gu ba je wo xie ne nye me xie de he ne ju so dong ba re ne co dang zhe wa de gan ne gang de me ne ba wo sim chen tham che la pen ba dang di ve ji pa he ru ga nga wo ji re he ru go ha da nye ban chen dong ba sa ve pong a jar wa ren a ta khang ma yong a jin che co na san jiu sen ba sar wa ye tu so hong le do je nga nam ne ne ma se xie jir ba so je zhi be yong so je le me she do je ta ba sa je cha ba gur da la re ye xi me ye gur khang je chang so ge je yo ne ta re sa tin ran je chen bo je om ben de ne ben za ba wa ben za bin da ho om ben za ka ra da hong ba ho om ben za la hong ba ho om ben za be ta na hong kang ho om ben za sho ran zo la cham san cha om ben za na ga la ga hong ho yang he ru ga sar ve tu ga hong le wu zan chu nam mang kan ko lo dong ba la zo lun je nam ga jin zhang ben za sa man za sa pa re wa ra agam ba de namo guru be nama she ta sam nan ra la be om she re he ru ga sa pa re wa ra agam ba de da so ka sa pa re wa ra pa den ra de da so om shire heru ka sa pa re wa re pu be pa de da so om shire heru ka sa pa re wa re du be pa de da so om shire heru ka sa pa re wa alo ke pa de da so om shire heru ka sa pa re wa re gen de pa de da so om shire heru ka sa pa re ne ve de pa de da so om shire heru ka sa pa re sha ta pa de da so 下界金孙切子最贤长长多见成者为土干人情最平举见200头金见为最毛诺文顿的那座多见用的大水3年多着用了就这根本用这些我大在也把将为顿前那么把你把道下周前土龙阿就多下大街撒家着滚江改革娘难得多见南家四人多下界金色战场参所土巴干部爱着사용 투바 들저 강화 대합jen근 인답죠 예바 등조 도제 저거 사나군라 득배죠牛家将先예바 양태 대냠 저로 란소지 남제 제모 차라 제신 투강 앞저 도샤 사장아대 야염니간 선배 대신 다장장 Carpe medan zikjit Nidum ben dundu yunja yeba yapsa namka lama tumjima Zukjima nang hoja masa shaje jimsum gubetsa Cheze zhazhu tukang kambu ngabju toshaji Saye zhego namka sajen yunbe tuja tukanze Chomo kachang kartang denchen denyam gechen jirme Saja nga den ujar dena ikjang karje rabdunje Cheze datar durze pumden shanga kanwe tubanze Lana java daten ongwan rinpa bema amarpo Nyenka nazo dorje hongo yapje nyenka onghaka Go nama hesa dane jezo soha homarpo Chakwa niso bodra hena meni hongo homase Nyenla kunla pekham janka yamjet ombama Nyenka hena kado ngoshen kara shimna kakbota Gowa shimshim rabda sarshen jezo hongo janka Yenla kunla pekpe duka rabdan sebe jerem sa Pem pem jada nyenge hongo je Sobje pawa namjer ma chodan Anga la jen dunda jindong Say ye me du ju wom yong ga shu da sarva da shu da wom sarva da danga abbe kin za da ma ye be so da de ze ye gang me bum ba tho ne ne Jia da dan ba zam je ne te yin xie gong chu so da la ye qiu ne da ba ye te yin da ge chu je om sarva da dang abe ken ga de sama ya xie nye hu xie song ge gang wang ge zhe ma da de wa qian bo ran jin qiu jie ne na la ran ten qiu la jin jie wei zhou la me jiu yong la nam nang da kan zhou ma ye jie jie de jie om xie re he ru ga sa ba re a gan ba de za su wa om xie re he ru ga sa ba re in za ma nan ba de za su wa om xie re he ru ga sa ba re wa re zhou qian na ba de za su wa om xie re he ru ga sa ba re wa re ba den ba de za su om xie re he ru ga sa ba re wa re bu ban ba de za su om xie re he ru ga sa ba re wa re du ban ba de za su om xie re he ru ga sa ba re wa re a lo ge ba de za su om xie re he ru ga sa ba re wa re gen de ba de za su om xie re he ru ga sa ba re wa re ne ve de ba de za su om xie re he ru ga sa ba re sha da ba de za su Om ben da ben ne hom be om ben da wan xie hom om ben da me de hom be om ben da me de hom be om ben da ha se hom be om ben da la se hom om ben da ge de hom om ben da ne de hom om ben da bu be hom om ben da du be hom om ben da de ba hom om ben da ge de hom om rupa ben za hom om rasen ben za hom om sabha shen ben za hom om dharma dardan ben hom pe ren jin za va dan je bar je ma tam ba nam je sha do ma ho om xie re ben za he ru ru ga hom be ra ge nan zo la sam va ra om ho om be za be ro za na ye om ho om ra ge ne om ho om la me om ho om khin da ru ge om ho om rupa ne Om Om Sarva Dharma Om Om Sarva Tathagata Anuranga Veda Sobhava Emago Jom Dea Pavo Mano Mano Samsa Karpa Chimba Dhame Medava Rabba Soje Chipin Chimba Den Chese Rojen Jigsa Romeja Sane Uze Toncha Baba Mo Drata Sadan Kadam Kadam Tage Babe Nazaji Nya Tova Nujen Dotsu Kala Om Jom Den Dorje Pamalan Samsala Pama Jide Jim Jin Jim Turik Bewan Soji Yombo Tam Jin Jin Ze Kundan Juma Dorje Chimboni Dorje Dema Mepam Jin Je Mata Wanze Yove Jin Tujan Kambaran Zebe Jikson Rongwe Chomo Zikzimo Chazi Sozi Rabdan Jikwar Sijbe Rele Jijan Mbardam Jam Mungbar Zejen Ruktam Mungbar Zebamo Dorje Pamo Namjir Chemon Dube Wanso Malan Xie Wang Dang Gu Be Le Jie Dang Lang Tso Se Jie Zhen Be Nye Jie Ga Dang Cho Da Ga Zha Lin Jie Da Nyen Bo Nam Jir Ma La Sam Sa Tu Ra Nye He Re Ga Sar Ve Ku Bo Za Sum Ku Lo Jie Jewa Hamdang Rinpa Om Garchen Rinpoche Hong Kong Bo Deva Ama Tenyele Yeshi Memban Kolo Song So So Nebe Yeke Na Seishe Hamle Garcham Yeke La Su De Jumba
So I think we did this one. We did that. Okay, the next question then is page 52. The homage on page 52 to the day team with the battle axe and lasso. Is that another form of Chakrasamvara? Battle axe on page 52. 53. Oh yeah. Tinara. Ina tuba na tuyo rawa tuba na tang ni tuba ra. Okay. Tinana jata shakcha tunda khatwang zirwa. Ti jata shakpa chaken dan zirwa. Ti temchor res. Temchor min chemba res temchor res. Ike.
Lakjare.
Ina inge temchor ba. Temchor ba.
Dimpuan lakjare. Leka kun leka mo chigir ti lakjare. Tela tonda yore tonda si 가장 재성을 제라고 뜻이 방법이요. 대사과사 되는 대사 기초로 말 다다 따리려 하지 낙자리 미치게 선목가에 당도 미치 저거래. 낙자 기초로 말 내가 남을 막고 지으라.
So yeah, it's the one who's raising a battle axe and lasso and holds a spear and a khatvanga. These are all. This is all Chakrasamvara, and it's an implement. Like it's like a tool of Chakrasamvara. They all have a certain meaning. For example, the khatvanga staff has is extreme pointed, and so on. But all of that is not so important here. And if you like to know about it, you can also read about it in like some commentaries on the pure meaning of the symbolism. But it's all kinds of implements. So we need to really not look at the like each of like what kind of implement it is, but more like who is that person using, or that individual, that being using those implements. In the longer Chakrasamvara sadhana, Chakrasamvara has 12 hands, and so that's one of those implements, but we don't really need it here because here he only has 2 hands. So this co-immersion Chakrasamvara that we are practicing is similar to our own body with 2 hands and so on. Then please describe the endless knot on page 12. So this endless knot here, it says now blue light radiates from the endless knot at the heart of the Guru, Father and Consort. So the endless knot, basically it means from his heart, light radiates. So it is a name for his heart. And also this endless knot in the Tibetan, at least it implies it is like a kind of virtues. It implies that there is merit, a meritorious knot. And it's one of the marks of a Buddha. And it is said that the Buddha's heart is, again, at the Buddha's heart, an endless knot naturally appears. And basically it means the Buddha's heart. It's one of the marks of a fully enlightened Buddha. But here it just means that from the heart, the light radiates.
So
what it really is it is love. So that merit here is great love for all sentient beings that the Buddha has. Can you please explain the 4 joys on page 55?
This is not only thing or she. This Tatok Nizimea Chardo, the Salam Graba, the Nuso Trova de Achilia, Tambo de Achung, the Church, the Jimatri, Hajada de Achabo, Trova Chibotiatri, Shinjigawa, so. The Shinjigawa carried in the same kind of ranch, Chipotle level, not thought of Yunga, Dajin is Mira Chow, your Pena, the Nekap song, Chapo, Nekap, Nisoka Nekap, no Duga Nekap, and you join the Tama Hajas in the Achibo, because the Tado, the Liware.
So those 4 joys, that is an experience of increasing bliss, and so it's there is an increasing as the joy is experienced through the chakras, starting on the crown and then descending down. But it is basically a gradual progression of one's practice. Also in the Mahamudra, we speak about the 4 yogas of Mahamudra, which are quite similar actually. We're talking about different levels of practice that occur over time. So first what happens is, in a Mahamudra, for example, which is similar, first you become free of thoughts. And then next you recognize that thought-free mind. And then you progress along the path, and then ultimately you realize that self and other do not exist. You realize non-duality, and all dualistic grasping falls apart. So those 4 joys are these experiences that arise as you progress on the stages of the path. And so basically in the beginning there is an experience of bliss, and then that bliss increases. It becomes greater and greater. And in the end, the fourth joy is when the greatest bliss arises, and that is called the co-emergent joy. And that is where you actually come to the true natural state of your mind. It is when all thoughts stop and all dualistic grasping completely disappears. So that is the greatest form, the highest form of bliss that eventually arises. So we have mentioned before, there is 3 times when we come to the natural state of the mind that is blissful, and that is when we die and the consciousness transfers. It is also when we are in deep sleep, and when we engage in sexual union. And so especially like young practitioners who engage in sexual union and practice, there is this experience of great bliss that arises. Then does the mother mantra also come out from the hung of the father, and any color for the mantras?
가도요 말이지. 변이 얍 조성 토속 공고리 영은 영 조성들이 영장게 토속이게 얍대 동관이라고 공고리 얍대 맥바디 얍을 영크라는 소소지 그래.
그 용기냐 봐 총무여라마 말아.
염는 소위 요미시야마다 염 동관이라고 지. 대상 이제도 조금 못 들고 일단 이 저기와
홍 낭튼 연구여라 낭튼디 얍직보르 왜 약간 용니가리 낭튼디
말 얍이 용을 연구요 말이 얍이 샘직과 뭐 하고를 샘직과 차로요
그냥 ngaktir ba niembate ena yumgi niembate to a titi fi haung ba yora teni 파목이 년바 여러 봐. 이니 댐적 파목니가 년바 연구 여러 개 걸어 봐. 얘나 댐적 집고.
예. 때 파칠지 야변이 그냥 봐나. 저기 생각시다 하사와 하고 메디나디 야부니 받고지 야부스 소어들 야변이 옆에들 하이 연구하면 아무튼 데들이 오세가 찾으려고 여러. 당고 야변이 여발 진 야변이 내가 찾으러
So we don't have to, first of all, we don't have to visualize any colors here. And it is like a light, a garland of light that emanates. And so now when we are practicing the yap, which is the Chakrasamvara, then we are mainly focusing on the visualization and the mantra garland of the yap, which is Chakrasamvara. And if you're practicing the yum, then it would be the yum. But so here, no, we actually ultimately, even though we have a yum, a consort, even though there is a consort, we need to realize that the mind of the male and female, the yap, and the yum are actually one. And so Rinpoche says, I'm not really 100% sure if you need both mantras or not. Also, you can ask Drupa Rinpoche about that. Maybe there is both, but also maybe there's only the yap, because here we are principally practicing the yap. And so basically it's a garland of light that comes out, and in the beginning there is yap and yum, and then ultimately yap and yum become non-dual. So there is maybe a variation on that in the longer Chakrasamvara sadhana. Maybe you can also ask Drupan about that.
당분이 바가로 야화용하니가 고요래 다다 여기요라 엄실부터 해로 공부 작걸들로 사와서 나로코는 세나기 되는 거고라 그래서 뭐봐 염사고 지금을 야브랑 것을 옆에 동화니래 用个yap东方人拿到的沙瓦yap了东方人，别个yap了东方人什么了，
And so, of course, we are reciting the mantra of both Yap and the Yum. So when we are actually reciting those mantras, we also visualize accordingly. That we visualize that mantra that we are reciting. But now the main focus during the practice is on the Chakrasamvara mantra, so the Yap. And the Yap represents clarity and bliss, and the Yum is emptiness. The female is emptiness. So here you're not really actually focusing the visualization on the Yum, but on the Yap. Then I am Vajravarahi in the Yap Yum meditation. Thus the mantra garland begin from the hung in my heart and travel upward first through my mouth into Chakrasamvara and then down.
당부 놓치지 말래. 너 소리 대연 거고. 이제 소소 초와를 따고 그래. 초와는 너 차고 초와 깨고. 또 차고 초와들이 초와들 제들이 내가서 또 많은 전들이 내가 임매 와서더니 스님이 와 하고 그래. 내 똥 똥제 양도 갈래 스님 또 차로 그래. 들이 초와 침보 찌르지 들이 가를 들이 양 고로 지고 요라지.
So for the direction of the mantra garland, it doesn't make a difference whether you visualize yourself as Yap or Yum, because the reason why there's a downward movement in the Chakrasamvara or Vajrayogini here is because of the feeling, because the downward movement generates the feeling of bliss. So you need to watch your own feeling to know which direction to go, really. So what we first we actually need to arouse some desire, some feeling, and therefore the downward movement. And then once that feeling arises, this blissful feeling arises, then that blissful feeling also must be transformed into emptiness. And through that, you realize that there is no duality within the mind. So bliss is empty, clarity is empty, awareness is empty. And so basically you move it down, the downward direction, until that feeling arises. And then if the feeling is overwhelming, very strong, then you can change the direction and you can move upward through your own body.
들이 연구 yap배 연배로 삼선들이 가창제리 거를 못지기 이시소자 가상들이 이시소자래 상배 배로라 동네들이 내가 무대 연기하고 고요라.
And so also instead of the Yap, actually, the Yap is also, in the context of Vajrayogini, for example, the Yap is hidden, and hidden in the form of a Khatvanga staff. So the Khatvanga represents the Yap, also the other way around. There's also a hidden Yum, a hidden consort, female consort, which also is represented often by a Khatvanga. For example, in the case of Guru Rinpoche, the Yeshit Sogyal is actually a hidden consort in the form of the Khatvanga staff, so like a secret hidden consort that is still there. So actually in the beginning, to develop this bliss, there needs to be both the Yap and the Yum. Then is one's inner practice different for peaceful versus wrathful practice? lakla kashi shiva ri kashi thora teni ngarang dawina rawa samtal lakla shiva kom samtal thobo ga ngarang disam na lakeva yongu yorves ngarang mun rawa ngarang disam mun
shiva thonya siware ni thosi sada jadon shiva thogon so kan de tata sabada ninji shokje boje karmi seni particular shiva samsi ramji chade yore de 사자집 따와 하고 그러더니 뉴모가 갑자기 들이 메이트볼 시랑 랍상이 소리 거리들 조고 세레 이나 뉴모가 랍상 좀 되지 토레 갈이 들이 사바는 이제 좀 되지 시와레 이체파레 이소소가 돼서 사자집 뉴모가 좀 되지 드람이 조차돼요 이나 저 조세와 치와레
So in general, both the peaceful and the wrathful deities, their nature is love. And so then now the difference arises, for example, when at a time when you feel very much love and compassion in your mind, you feel at peace and much love, then that state of mind, the nature of that state of mind is the peaceful deity. So that's that state of mind naturally is the peaceful deity. And then when you meditate and you really understand that view of Mahamudra and you're able to eliminate the afflictions directly as they arise, for example, when anger arises instantly, you're able to let go of it, then that is the quality of the wrathful deity. That itself is the wrathful deity. So it's the ability to destroy the afflictions the moment they arise. So that this ability to instantly destroy, this instant destruction, that is the wrathful deity. And the peaceful deity, the state of mind that you have when the mind is a peaceful deity, is the gradual, the gentle elimination of the affliction. And so if you are able to control the afflictions through Mahamudra in a very direct way as they arise, that in itself is the wrathful deity. And also it is said actually that the wrathful deity's compassion is even greater. Then is it all right to put the hung into the navel and keep it there to begin the mantra visualization instead of the heart?
공부 제파지 생각을 거는 싸와 시에 대화를 거는 대화 시에 요래 농구 못한 지금 공 저거 요래 대 파브드와 삼제는 대화는 고사 요래서 일단은 냠님 제파 삼제랑 짜당 감체 봐 요래 능에 진상 저기 능가라양 공부 요 말에 배세서 대라는 그전이 gebishin terana ge nonga ka khana thelo ge kom chok yore te war gonong ga yo jumare.
So yes, you can visualize it right in the beginning at the navel. And the difference in general between the navel and the heart is that at the heart it is said that when the focus is at the heart, that increases the quality of clarity. And when the focus is at the navel, it increases the experience of bliss. And so especially for those who are practicing with the winds, channels and the winds, it is fine actually to always direct all your visualizations to the navel. Because that's the main seat of the wind energies, and that's significant when you're practicing with the channels and winds. And then another case where you would want to visualize at the navel instead of the heart is if you have some like heart wind issues, like some emotional instabilities and so on, where the winds go into the heart. In that case, it is better not to visualize in the heart, but at the navel. But you should also ask your spiritual teachers what is best for you, because everyone's disposition and elements in the body, their constitution is different. But probably one can say that there is no contradiction, or there's nothing wrong ever with visualizing at the navel. Now, what is the relationship between Heruka and Chakrasamvara?
Heruka dang Changtora dang Changtongra Heruka. Didang Heruka dang Demchok Java Categories, Huni Java Categories.
오늘 해는 줘서 동반이 이런 소서 잡아지 딱바로 놓고 되세래 얘한테 꼭 하고 그래 해를 시바지 해를 동반이 사자집에 따와 데려들이 이미 봐서는 이제는 이미 이 시대를 매일 애들이 회 루디를 타고 그래 솔직히 착관 좀 그것도 또 착관 좀서 드니다다 돌지 밤에 도반을 타요 봐지 simply something 호화를 착관이가 너는 대고 착관 좀 차단인 좀 줘라 돌지 밤은 또 차인 좀 혈가 시랑 좋아하는 좀 보여라 너는 이 공개 시절에 집이 시세에 동사 대기들이 님송신소를 내는 좋지 봐대 또 나구이 내바 사자집에 따와 대래 돌지 전공바 사자집 어떻게랑 그래 대님 정말 내초 가래를 하고 있잖아 보존 매파대와 계시 매파대와 대르지니 돌지 장
So Heruka is a Sanskrit for the blood drinker, and that is Chakrasamvara here in this case. And his name is also explained on page 27 that we always read. It says, so Shri, so it's Shri Heruka, and so we are speaking, Heruka is Chakrasamvara here. So Shri is non-dual primordial wisdom, He is emptiness of causes and so forth, Ru is without assemblage, and Ga is nowhere abiding. And so the name together, Heruka, of the blood drinker, it is a name for for emptiness, the view of Mahamudra. It is actually primordial wisdom, non-dual primordial wisdom. And Ru also means like blood, the blood drinker. And what that means is drinking blood here. It means that he defeats the attachment in the minds of sentient beings. Also in Vajrayogini's skull cup is filled with blood. That also is a sign of being free of attachment. She eliminates the attachment in the minds of samsaric sentient beings. So together they represent the overcoming of attachment and aversion. And then together, then Vajrayogini is the one who overcomes desire, attachment, and Heruka or Chakrasamvara is the one that defeats, overcomes hatred or anger. And then his name is, one of his names is Chakrasamvara, or in Tibetan it is Demchok. And Demchok means, literally translated, supreme bliss. And it's actually not just, supreme bliss is not just Chakrasamvara, it is the state, the ultimate state of the mind. It is the view of Mahamudra. It is the state of Vajradhara. So Demchok, or great supreme bliss, that itself is Mahamudra. It is called supreme bliss because it is unchanging bliss. It is bliss that transcends birth and death. And that is why it also he's referred to as Vajradhara.
Maneva can Tajil Maneva, Yoba, Mepanin Manana, Takshi, Tatar, Tell Maneva, or Tassin the Kana Maneva, Wimitawa, tells the Maneva take over, towards the Maneva, the corner to Nick over the top of the Ramji, or the
And the other day during the Mahamudra teachings, in that text it said, abide without any reference point, without abiding anywhere, and look at the essential ultimate meaning. And so without reference point is to not conceptualize, to have no thought in your mind, no grasping. And non-abiding, do not abide anywhere, is to not abide in any extreme. The extremes of existence or non-existence, or eternalism and nihilism. So the mind does not abide anywhere. It is neither this nor that. So actually this non-abiding, that really is the view of the Madhyamaka, the middle way. And so if you just understand that point, this non-abiding anywhere, then actually everything else will naturally become clear.
My name is Mandala. Tamsik Nami Mabudrumi. The Capri Tamsik Song Jayomari. Malaripe, Songza Song, the Torne, Tamsik Song to Zang song, Songza Song, the Nimi song, the Tong, the Hajang Samotanga, then Nubutonri, then our Hakor, the Saman, there's a quite charm.
Also in the Mahamudra text it says that that is the ultimate samaya. So if you do not stray from that ultimate samaya of non-abiding, without remaining without concepts, then you become like a lamp of the teachings. So ultimately, there is no real samaya to be kept because there is no duality. And so Milarepa also had said that ultimately, the ultimate samaya actually transcends the duality of there being a samaya to be kept and someone who keeps a samaya. So that is really very, very significant, something you really should think about it. That is really the meaning here that we accomplish through this mantra recitation. And if you understand that, this ultimate samaya, then things become clear. And then as many of us now prepare to return to our non-sangha working lives, it is difficult to maintain the non-dual perspective. People who have not received such teachings may think we are strange or even crazy to have this point of view, especially when our attitude toward phenomena is very different. Could Rinpoche please share his advice on how to maintain our practice while still living with and relating to others?
Consulta mit the Kenzari Zangre, this Yanambari Zangri. Taparto, Danganso, Chitangan to Namataman, the Yorova, Chitangan Tava Yotsava, Tava de Rava, Tini Tempashidama to Tavitava, Yotsarova, Tini Consulta, some city Yorova, Tini Tanganso, that Sanin Jota, Tini Yamanti, Moon to the Gong to Vala, Tini Hapa the mission, but Javas of the Gabla,
Lam Kotu Karitia, Tesi, Semi Nime Hakona, Cotton Children ring, I change the thing that you could something, that's Zubagora, given on to the Jaselas. That's why you are equally could you hako your marriage somebody, Cotton Jelly Sagiri, somebody, the Cotulam Karin, Tena Gigi. Oh, Cotton Dani Karichu, Chilokarina, when you say, Namjite, cemetery so with something Zuba and Zorchina, Then, 상하가도 시험인지 어떻게 상가도 등아 되게 라송도 시야요 말이 동리 제터 자체 옛날에 들이 고치 마서 올라들이대 다다 갖고 이제 쌍도 다 되게 쌍고 상하 조람 함께 쌍고 컨트롤이 내 고치 줄랑 산타 바지 거래지
So you should actually, now your conduct when you are interacting with others should actually be in accordance with their conduct. So you should not go contrary to their conduct. So whatever they do, whatever is the custom, whatever they do, you should also do that. Just be like a normal person, just like they are. But then in your mind, inside, you know non-duality. And so inside you know that they are like blocks of ice and I'm more like water. So that is where you need to cultivate patience, love and patience. And he said in the 37 practices, all those who do harm are like a precious treasure for those who desire the treasures of virtue. So you are a Buddhist, but actually you know that there is no Buddhist or non-Buddhist because ultimately they all have the same mind. They also are Buddhas by nature. It's just they have not recognized that. So in the meantime, as you're interacting with them, in your day-to-day conduct, try to be in accordance with their tradition, with their conduct. Don't go controversial, but just be like they are. Whatever is their religion, whatever is their habits, their patterns, their customs, you should conform to that. And in your mind, you sustain love and patience. And that is also actually why the secret mantra is called secret, because the secret mantra, the Vajrayana conduct, should not be explained to anyone who doesn't really understand it. So there's a reason why we call it secret. So the Vajrayana conduct is actually secret conduct. You don't share that or announce that to others at all. It's something that you do within yourself. And on the outer level, you just act in a normal way, whichever way accords with their ways.
Donna Sambata Hingi Sango, the Sambata Hingi, Robasum the Zongtana, the Karilum, Tuba Tikta, Mary. The says Zonathan is also with sending you more than Mashapa Chegore, Choatulam the Datu Chia, Mary, or 7 minutes by what Tanyamiche, at Linan and Domadu, Chupashan, the Down changing my head.
It is said that the secret mantra teachings should be kept secret from those individuals with who cannot comprehend and who also belong to lower vehicles of practice, because they cannot comprehend it and they may misunderstand it. Actually, it is said that it should be hidden, so you should not display and show off your Vajrayana practices and so forth. So, in brief, what you need to uphold in your heart is love and compassion and patience. So that does not need to be kept secret, but you keep your Vajrayana conduct and practice to yourself. And if you actually only hold on to that, if you only hold on to love and to patience, then actually you will never really have any difficulties with anyone. There will be no conflict, no disagreeing. Then you just conform with others, and in your mind you make sure that you do not become controlled by the afflictive emotions. But certainly, you in your outer conduct, you display towards others, you should certainly not display various controversial Vajrayana kind of behaviors or appearances and so forth. So it is important to practice it within yourself and with mindfulness, and there's no need to make it an open display of a Vajrayana shrine or images that might disturb others. I think we did that already. Yeah, that's awesome.
Om Shri La mi hong bo, la mi hong bo, kin da ro he hong bo, kin da ro, kan da. Kin da ro, kin da ro, kin da ro. Kin da ro, hong bo, zhi bu ne hong bo, zhi bu ne hong bo, zhi bu ne hong. Rabbanaya Om Ranga Thoga Hongo Je Songo Duro Danje Yare La Dante Nijan Gando Je Dante Yamna Nyanda Yabje Thoga Hongi Shabjo Kubango Datse Nada Bardo De Nada Meme Usav Nyamyangandolada. Yang Jule Nyadang Jin Rani Barchin Heruk Sharje Sanye Dubegu Nandong Juma Davusa Om Kinda Rohe Hom Pe Om Soba Vashuddha Sarva Dharma Soba Vashuddha Nada Goha Gule Shanganam Hong Ren Am Zan Kam Jan Sen Yando Bave Yeshi Jedur Yam So Chen Bo Jur Pen Rangara Toga Hong Dewo Je Women and Jum Den Devejo Pavo Nam Je Maje Bamena Jindan Denjana Yoba Jung Kolo Ngayela Zoja Dorje Carbonendra Samsa Sayunda Chamye Korbe Yumbarajo Om Benza Arale Ho Hong Ba Gagene Samaya Sada Dershaya Ho Om Benza Arale Ho Hong Ba Ho Benzandra Gene Samaya Sada Dershaya Ho Om Benza Arale Sandra Kene Samaya Sadam Darshaya Ho Om Shire Heruga Sabare Vara Agamba De Dasova Om Shire Heruga Sabare Vadem Bade Dasova Om Shire Heruga Sabare Vara Bebe Bade Dasova Om Shire Heruga Sabare Bebe Bade Dasova Om Shire Heruga Sabare Aloge Bade Dasova Om Shire Heruga Sabare Mende Bade Dasova Om Shire Heruga Sabare Nevede Bade Dasova Om Shire Heruga Sabare Shabda Bade Dasova Siddha Shiva Nyamba Chaba Jongchen Gunda Doba Jo Chuna Ngobo Tamje Kata Yamba Danye Zebarde Gombo Tuje Jiche Jiche Lebar Jebe Tuje Jo Dalan Tuje Lamo Nam Shinda Jin Zedo So